Hello, my name is Nick Carroll and I'm at Gwen Hruska Park to play 9 holes of disc golf. I'm going to be doing a typical best shot or best throw round where I try a couple different throws, couple different putts, whatever's needed to get from point A to point B. Point A typically being the tee pad at the start of every hole and point B being the basket at the end. And one of the unique challenges of this course, so I have read on UDisc, is that it's somewhat easy to lose some discs, so I'm going to play a little conservatively and try not to lose any of these bad boys. I've brought my usual 10 disc selection, and I'm going to start out with my Leopard. And now my Centurion. Okay, let's go see what I've got. Okay, so my other disc landed over there and was about the same distance as this one here, so I'm going to go ahead and just take this one. The other one had a slight bit of obstruction with the tree directly behind the disc, and here I have no subs problems, so I'm going to go ahead and try to putt one of these in. Okay, that was my safe bid. If you're used to playing a game of best shot or best throw, you know you typically try to get a safe bid close to the basket and then you try to run one in. Okay, so these are both very close, so I'm just going to go ahead and grab one and put in for an easy par. Okay, my apologies for the beeping sound coming from that direction if you're watching the video. There's some construction on the other side of the woods over here, so but anyways, let's disregard. About 300 plus feet that away is a basket. I'm obviously not going to get a birdie on this since I can't quite reach more than 250 on my best days, so I'm just going to see what I can do to get it kind of in that direction without going astray. Both of these areas look like tee pads, so I'm just going to choose one. Doesn't really matter. Okay, let's see what my Centurion can do. Okay, so as you can see, the basket is straight ahead, and I've got one of the discs here and one of the discs just past here, so I'm going to go ahead and go with the Leopard. Okay, I've got about 80 feet to go, maybe a tiny bit less, so that's putter distance for me, so let's see how close I can get these. Okay, so this AVR was 28 feet away from the basket. This is 20 feet away, so I'm going to go ahead and choose this one. And I'm going to need that extra almost foot. Okay, I'm here at hole 3, and thankfully there's a basket now at the very end of about 300 feet away from the tee pad. The UDisc reviews had shown that basket 3 was missing, but apparently in the last month or so it has been replaced, and there it is. So now I have something to throw towards and hopefully to drop in. As usual, I'm going to start out with my Leopard, but even more so because there's a right to left wind, and this is understable, and I need it to not fade as much as possible. Alright, now I'm going to go with my Gazelle. This is what I consider my wood chopper in case it hits a tree. Let's see if I can hopefully avoid a tree. Okay, so to be honest, I didn't like either of those throws. The way I released them was too out. I didn't get a chance to really get into the power pocket, and I could tell that as soon as I released on both of them. So before I film the next hole off the tee pad, I'm going to practice pulling a little bit better. Hopefully I pull a little bit smarter. But anyways, I've got about 100 feet from the basket. I'm going to go ahead and try to putt a couple as close to the basket as possible. All right, here we go. I think both of those are kind of close to the basket. I think I have a putting opportunity. Okay, it's actually pretty funny, but both my discs landed basically right next to each other, about 20 feet from the basket. So hopefully I can redeem myself a little bit from the previous hole. Okay, so 400 feet or more behind me is the next basket. It's quite a bit of a throw. It's going to take me 2 very strong throws just to get even close to the basket. And I'm up for the challenge. Gonna give it a shot. All right, there isn't much I can do from this position. I've got a couple of mid-range drivers since this is well over 100 feet. And we're going to give both of those a shot and kind of see what I can do. Okay, so my AVR landed 32 feet away from the basket that way. My pig landed 21 feet from the basket this way. So I'm going to go ahead and take the pig, and I've got a couple putters here to give it a shot. Well, so no matter what people may tell you, putting on the course is different than putting when you're practicing. So just some of the dynamics I got to deal with, being a lot worse on the course as far as putting than when I'm practicing. So anyways, to move on past that, I'm at hole 5. Gonna go that way. It's 200 plus feet. Let's see what we can do. All right, let's see what I can do with my Centurion. And now let's see what I can do with my Cheetah. Not bad. Okay, that camera location is where my Cheetah landed. Here's where my Centurion landed. And I've got about 15 feet, a little bit more or less, to the basket. Okay, so hole 6 is, according to that, 293 feet away, straight ahead in that direction. The basket is essentially just above that tee, right? Should be right center in your screen. That's beyond my max distance, so it's going to take at least one heavy throw that doesn't hit trees and a decent upshot for me to get close to the basket. Let's see what I can do with my max driver, the Centurion. Now let's try with my Gazelle, a wood chopper of sorts. Okay, so this gazelle happened to be my closest disc to the basket, so I'm going to go ahead and take it. Now I've got to get around a little bit to go a little bit more than 100 feet to the basket. Let's see what I can do. I kind of like that. The forehand isn't dead for me, so I'm going to go ahead and try it just to see what I can do. That's better than normal for my forehand. Okay, between my dart and my rhino, they're both about the same distance, but I would say this is about a foot or two closer. So I'm going to go ahead and run with this and see what I can get. Finally. Alright, so according to UDisc, this basket is almost 400 feet away, which looks more accurate to me than what it says on the tee pad itself at 360. So this is going to take another 2 high-powered throws for me to get close to the basket, and hopefully I can do better than what I've been doing recently. Okay, let's give my Star Leopard a shot. I guess the tee pad's here. Okay, let's see what this new cheetah looks like in the air. So it's interesting what a handful of branches might do to affect the flight path. My leopard is right here, but about 20 plus feet ahead of that is my cheetah. Okay, this is not going to be easy going from here about 120, 130 feet towards the basket that way, but I'm going to have a couple up shots to play around with and see how close I can get. Alright, here we go with my favorite putter of choice. And since this is out of a 100-foot range, I'm going to go ahead and try my dart and see what I can do with it. Okay, unfortunately my dart wasn't up to the task, or rather I wasn't up to the task. My AVR made it to a pretty good location, so I'm going to go ahead and putt with that. So yet again there's a discrepancy between UDisc and the tee pad. UDisc shows nearly 400 feet that way, the tee pad shows only 312 feet. That's a lot closer to 400 than 300, so I'm going to go ahead and do what I've been doing, throw as hard as I can, and hopefully not screw things up. Let's see what I can do with my cheetah. Alright, let's see what I can get away with my gazelle. Alright, not really a surprise. Hit some trees, but that's okay. I made it about halfway to there. Now I'm going to go for my next couple throws. I am tired. Alright, it's time to use my mid-range. Let's see what I can do. And now my trusty pig. Okay, so here is my dart. That's not bad. But even better is my pig. So I'm going to go with this. Okay, there's nothing left to do except to putt. Already I'm tired, I'm hot, I'm at the end of a long day, and I've got one hole left. Hole 9, U-disc and the tee pad are roughly accurate. They say about the same thing, and I do agree. The basket's about 230 plus feet that way. Let's see what I can do. You know, I've got to go with my leopard. Not so bad. Time to bring out the wood chopper. Okay, here's the basket. My gazelle made it this far. My leopard made it this far. The leopard's a tiny bit closer, and it's in the shade, so I'm going to take it. Okay, so in theory, I have a birdie run from this disc to the basket. I'm not terribly confident, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to run it anyways. Soft bid, then hard bid. Alright, so this is an easy 3. Alright, that's going to do it for this game of disc golf. I really enjoyed playing at this course. The grass was a little high all along the course. It needs to be mowed more consistently than the golf courses that are right next to it that are practically immaculate. But it's otherwise enjoyable. I would come here when it's dry, a few days after it rains last, just to give it time to dry out. And it's pretty good. I had a really good game, and I think that's going to do it. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.